Hello, students. Today we are going to start with a new poem. Have you ever seen? 1.3 Have you ever seen? Now, this is a poem full of homographs and pun. Homographs. You have already learnt about homograph in standard 8, and pun is a similar to homograph, and it is the figures of speech. Now on the screen I have some chart of homographs. Let's revise it. Quarter, quarter. Now quarter here. Look at the spelling. Both the spellings are same, but both the meanings are different to each other. Here quarter means quarter past 12, means 15 minutes have passed, and quarter means the 1/4 part of the cake. Then we have the bat, example of a bat, the mammal bat, and we have the example of the cricket bat, same spelling but different meaning. Then the bank, we have the example of bank where we deposit our money, and we have the bank of a river. Then a bar, bar, desert, desert, left, left, letter, letter, live, live, minute, minute, novel, novel, right, right, ring and ring. See, students, there are examples given, sentences given. I want you all to find out more 25 examples of homograph and write in your English notebook. Read this chart carefully. So, what are homographs? Homographs, each of two or more words spelled the same but not necessarily pronounced the same and having different meanings and origin. So, their spelling is same but their meaning is totally different. Same is the pun. It's a figures of speech, students. When words with same spelling or pronunciations are used in such a way that they convey more than one meaning. So, puns are generally used in a humorous way. So, here we have the warming up exercise, all related with homographs. Read that properly. Words that have same spelling but differ in meaning when used in different context are called homographs. The examples are given here, students, and you'll have to write on your own more 5 examples. Then we have the figures of speech as pun. When words with same spelling and pronunciations are used in such a way that they convey more than one meaning, the figures of speech involved is called as pun. So, pun is a play upon words. So, you'll have to write more 4 examples there with the help of your teacher or a parent, but you have to do it on your own. You're in 10th standard. The next figures of speech here is interrogation, where questions are asked not to get the answers but to emphasize a point or a fact. So, students, I want you all to do this exercise in your English notebook. So, let's proceed. I will recite the poem for you all. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen a sheet on a riverbed or a single hair from the hammer's head? Has the foot of the mountain any toes? And is there a pair of garden hose? Does the needle ever wink its eye? Why doesn't the wing of a building fly? Can you tickle the ribs of a parasol or open the trunk of a tree at all? Are the teeth of a rake ever going to bite? Have the hands of a clock any left or right? Can the garden plot be deep and dark? And what is the sound of the breeches bark? By Anonymous. By anonymous means the poet name is unknown. He does not want to disclose his name. So let's proceed further for the explanation. Have you ever seen a shit on a riverbed or a single hair on a hammer's head? Has the foot of a mountain any toes? Or and is there a pair of garden hose? Now here the first line. They're talking about the riverbed and the sheet that we spread on the bed sheet, and the river. Over here, the riverbed means the bottom of the river or a sea. So the poet is asking, do we go and spread the sheet on the riverbed? Then we have the hammer's head. With the hammer's head, we nail the nail, right? And we have the hair. So he's asking whether any hair you found on the head of the hammer. Then another example he has given is all about the mountain foot, the base of the mountain, and whether the foot of the mountain has a toes. Toes, where we have toes on our foot. In the same way, does the mountain also has toes on his foot? The next example here he has given is the garden hose. Hose means the pipe, a flexible pipe, a tube where we use to water the garden. And another meaning of hose here is a long stocking, socks. Then we have the next stanza. Does the needle ever wink its eye? Why doesn't the wing of a building fly? Can you tickle the ribs of parasol or open the trunk of a tree at all? Now needle's eye. Needle has an eye where we pass the thread through. So that eye, does it wink like our eye? Here also pun he has used. Then he says that the wing of a building, does it fly? Now in a society we have 2 3 buildings in line. So each building is given a name. Wing A, wing B. So here in a humorous way the poet is asking whether that building can fly because it is having wings. Next we have the example of parasol. If you tickle the ribs of the parasol, ribs, there are strings on the parasol. Parasol means an umbrella. And we have ribs. So when we tickle our ribs, we feel very happy. We feel like laughing. Next, we have the example of the tree trunk. So your trunk is also having 2 meanings. The tree trunk and the trunk where we keep our things, our valuables in it. Next, we proceed. The third stanza. Are the teeth of a rake ever going to bite? Have the hands of a clock any right or left or right? Can the garden plot be deep and dark? And what is the sound of the birch bark? Now here in the third stanza, he is saying that a rake. What is a rake? Rake is the hard structure, a long metal structure which is a garden tool. It is used for clearing the leaves. So even that rake is having teeth. So do they bite like our teeth? So another example is of the hands of the clock. Do those hands, we say na, hands of the clock. So do these hands have left and right? Then we have the garden plot. A garden plot means what? The area of a garden. And the meaning of plot, another meaning of plot is an evil or a wicked plan. So another example he has given about the birch bark. The bark means, the bark here means the outer covering of a tree trunk. And another bark we all know, the dog's bark, right? So, here this full poem is about homographs or puns, and it has a magic in the real life. I hope students you all understood the whole poem. I want you all to read the poem, recite the poem at least 2 to 3 times, and find out more 25 homographs and write in your notebook. Thank you.